Hello everyone, welcome back to another GIS mathematics lecture video. And in this lecture video I want to go through some worked examples of matrix addition and subtraction. And specifically we're going to go through three examples. So this first example we have matrix A, which is 3, 5, 7, 4. And to recap, this is a 2 by 2 matrix. And we have B, which is 2, 1, 3, 8. And this is also a 2 by 2 matrix. I would pause the video right now and copy these down if you want to follow along. Okay, so we have the question, what is A plus B? So we're going to be doing matrix addition. Okay, so let's sort of rewrite our problem here. We have 3, 5, 7, 4. And we're adding that to 2, 1, 3, 8. What is that going to equal? Well, we know we have a 2 by 2 matrix as input, so we know our output is also going to be 2 by 2. So we can feel confident in doing that. I'm going to try and color code these because I think that's helpful. We're going to do the values from A in red. Then we're going to do the values of B in blue. So our values of A are going to be 3, 7, 5, and 4. Because we're doing addition, we're going to add them. So we're going to have plus, 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 plus. And then our values of B, which I'm doing in blue, is going to be 2, 3, 1, and 8. And so if we do the math on that, right, our resulting matrix, again, we don't change the dimensions and they have to be equal. So this 2 by 2 output is going to be 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, 7 plus 3 is 10, and 4 plus 8 is 12. So this would be the resulting answer. Okay, hopefully that made sense. If I went too fast, go back, rewatch this problem before we move on to subtraction. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at subtraction. Well, what is A minus B? Well, let's go ahead and rewrite our matrices again. We have 3, 5, 7, 4. And we're subtracting from that the matrix 2, 1, 3, 8. Okay. So what is this going to look like? Well, just like before, right? 2 by 2 input means 2 by 2 output. Right, and we're going to do this just like before. We're going to symbolize the A numbers in red, and we're going to symbolize the B numbers in blue, just to help keep track of everything. So again, right, we're going to write down our A numbers, 3, 7, 5, 4. Right, because we're subtracting, we're going to put minus signs to subtract. And hopefully I have enough space. I didn't cramp up too bad. Then we're going to write down the B numbers. So it's going to be 2, 3, 1, and 8. Right, if we do the math, 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. 5 minus 1 is going to be 4. 7 minus 3 is going to be 4. And then 4 minus 8 is going to be negative 4. Okay? So this is what you get when you do A minus B. Hopefully that made sense. So again, when you add them, you simply add the elements. When you subtract them, you subtract the elements. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Let's look at a slightly more complicated example. Okay. So in this case, we have an A, in this case, is a 3-row by 2 column, and B is a 3-row by 2 column. So we're no longer dealing with 2 by 2, now we're dealing with a 3 by 2. Okay? So let's go ahead and walk through what does it mean to have A plus B. So let's go ahead and rewrite our matrices down here again, right? A is 3, 5, 1, 7, 8, -2. And then we're adding. And then our B is going to be -1, 6, 8, 3, 7, 2. Okay, so what do we get? Well, our inputs are 3 by 2, so our output is also going to be 3 by 2. So I'm going to give myself plenty of room here, hopefully. And just like before, I'm going to do A in red, and I'm going to do B in blue to help keep track of where numbers are coming from. Okay? So just like before, right, we write down our A numbers. That's going to be 3, 1, 8, 5, 7, -2. Because we're adding, we're going to put the addition in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And then we put our blue numbers. -1, 8, 7, 6, 3, and 2. Okay. So what do we get? Again, right? Our input was 3 by 2, so our output is going to be 3 by 2. And if we do the math, 3 plus -1 is 2, 5 plus 6 is 11, 1 plus 8 is 9, 7 plus 3 is 10, 8 plus 7 is 15, and -2 plus 2 is 0. Okay? So this is what we get when we add A and B together. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's talk about what happens when you do A minus B. So this is again A minus B. It's always good to recopy our matrices. So let's do 3, 1, 8, 5, 7, -2. So we're subtracting, so we're going to hit the minus, and then we're going to do here, we're going to have -1, 8, and 7, 6, 3, and 2. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the exact same thing we did here, but we're going to use minus instead of plus. So I like to, as always, do our red for A and our blue for B. So we'll copy on our red value. It's going to be 3, 1, 8, 5, 7, -2. Again, because we're subtracting, we're going to use the minus there. And then we're going to be subtracting -1, 8, 7, 2, 3, and 6. Okay? Again, all I did was copy the A's, subtract, copy the B's. Okay. So what do we get if we do the math here? Again, input was 3 by 2, output will be 3 by 2. So what do we actually get? Well, 3 minus -1, it's going to be 4. 5 minus 6 is going to be -1. 1 minus 8 is going to be -7. 7 minus 3 is going to be 4. 8 minus 7 is going to be 1. -2 minus 2 is going to be -4. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I kind of rushed through the arithmetic at the end there. If you don't follow where these came from relative to these, just use a calculator really quickly to just confirm and check yourself. Hopefully that made sense. Okay. I want to run through one more example, and this example is going to be very quick because I want to highlight something that we mentioned in the previous video. So, in this case, we have A as 7, 2, 3. That's supposed to be a 1 in case that's not clear. right? This is a 2 by 2 matrix. And then we have B as 3, 1, 7, and 4. So this would be a 4 by 1 column vector, right? So this is just to sort of recap our terminology here, right? This is a column vector, right? Because it's one column, it's a column vector. So the question, what is A plus B? Well, right, we could go through the steps of writing down matrix A, writing down column vector B, but hopefully if you pay attention to what we've been saying before, right, if the input is 2 by 2, the output's 2 by 2. But in this case, the input 2 by 2 and 4 by 1, right, you can't add them, right? Remember the definitions. We don't change the dimensions and the dimensions must be the same. So we actually can't, right? We can't. A minus B, right? Same thing, right? We can't do that, right? Because we can't subtract them because we don't have the elements in the right positions, right? Because what is this? 2 minus, there's no analog over here. So we can't. Right? Let that sink in for a second. Because these don't have the same dimensions, we cannot do addition or subtraction. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Because these don't have the same dimensions, right? This is a 2 by 2, right? 2 rows, 2 columns, 4 rows, 1 column, right? We can't do addition or subtraction. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, I encourage you to go back, rewatch the 2 examples from before to make sure that you understand where things are coming from. And as always, please reach out. Thank you.